In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. A friend of yours or mine have said this thing which I did not like, and since I did not like it, so for that reason I am going to snap my relationship with that particular person. So this is with one guy. Now there is another person. He too has done something which I don't like, which has actually annoyed me. So for that reason, I am going to cut off from this particular person as well. Not only this thing. Now there is another friend of mine. That friend of mine as well. He said or did something which was not so pleasing. Oh, so hence there is no reason to continue my relationship with that particular guy. If at all we are having an attitude like this one, what is going to happen then? If at all we have spent the whole of our life making relationships, and at this stage of the life we do have certain relationships, now we are going to throw away. We want to get rid of all those relationships one by one. Why? Because this person has done this small thing with me, and this person has done that small thing with me. This person, he did this thing, and she did that thing. If at all this is going to be our style of pattern of thinking, I think that almost all of our relationship will be gone away with the wind one by one, and we will be left empty handed without any of the relationship in our hand. And we will be isolated, an isolated person, and we will become a lonely person. If at all we are happy to live lonely, I think it is okay. But if at all we do realize, and we understand that the loneliness does not serve me or my interest at all, rather it generates the psychological complexes. It creates many problems in my life by making me, rendering me an abnormal human being. I don't would want to become a person who is not a normal one, because this life beyond the normalcy is not a good life at all. Rather it is the spoilage and the spoilage of the life. Why my life is going to be spoiled? Only because I could not bear the smaller bad things which they did or said to me. I am not suggesting that we need to tolerate everything and anything, whatever they are found saying or doing, and irrespective of the kind of damage it has done to our self respect, it has done to the different aspects of our life, even to the one aspect of our life. If at all the loss which I had bared because of one particular friend of mine, one particular contact of mine, I think so here I need to consider it. I need to think about it. To what extent am I get have I got damaged because of this bad deed, bad talk said by that particular friend of mine? If it is not such a big one, I think there is no reason to end the relationship with this particular person. Don't snap your relationship, rather continue it, but with a little bit of adjustment. It is actually the adjustment which matters more. And what sort of adjustment is? If at all one person said something or did something because we said something or did something which was not so pleasing for him or her, I think we need to avoid it. Or if at all he she did that without any particular reason, so for that purpose it is nice to reduce and to contain and to minimize the relationship, the interaction with that particular guy. So, snapping the relationship for one small thing and the other small thing, it is not the answer, and it is not the remedy of any problem. And the remedy is that if at all a person is found doing something consistently, saying something consistently, or even have said something which is severe enough and is not a not something which is negligible, I think we can reduce or minimize our relationship with that particular person. This is, I think so, is the remedy and the answer to many of the problems we do come across during our lifetime with friends of our. And I think so, after the passage of a certain amount of time, if we do realize the both of these parties that we need to get to be together again, we need to join hands again, we need to come closer to each other again, I think we should be able to do that because we did not close our doors to that particular person. So for that reason it would become easy to somehow rekindle the relationship, because instead of ending and finishing our relationship we had opted for the adjustment. It is the adjustment which is very necessary, and not necessarily the fighting, not necessarily the termination of the relationship. So this is something regarding the relationship we need to understand, because unless and until we do understand it, we might be handling and managing our friends in a slightly rude manner, in a way that could be unacceptable for those people. Dear friends and fellows, this is not a rocket science. This is not something which is very complicated. Rather, it is something where we need to become a little bit a more practical person. It is the pragmatic approach toward the relationship. Making the adjustment is really something nice we need to understand, and we need to teach it to the other people by our words and by our actions as well. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair.